Hey folks, John Franklin Reviewer here. I didn't think I really was going to do this one, and I just said, you know what the heck, I'll review my next trailer, which is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Out of the Shadows. So the trailer starts off, you hear Leo saying, Donnie, what's going on? They're in the sewers, there's their TVs like in the first Ninja Turtles, and Donnie's like, I don't know what's going on. People running, running out of their vehicles, jumping over vehicles and escaping. Well, there's actually stuff coming from space down, and it's like all these different spaceships and all of that. And after watching it about 20 times, I had two things in mind. The very first Avengers, pretty much the way that ended, with all the big monsters coming at the end, and the Avengers had to stop them. And two, it reminded me of Transformers. Yes, I know this is Michael Bay producing this film and not directing the Turtles film. Thank God at least on that. But yet he still has his hands in the Turtles anyways. They actually show a very quick look at the Turtles van. I was very thrilled with what happened there. There's a scene where the Foot is actually surrounding April O'Neil, played by Megan Fox. And I love him. She's like, whoa, this guy, guys, this never ends very well for you guys. All of a sudden, here comes Casey Jones, who I can't think of the actor right now, but he actually plays Arrow on, I believe it's on the CW. And actually, I'll say this, I mean, just by the preview, I think he looks okay, but I'll be curious to kind of compare him, even though I shouldn't, but compare him to the original Casey Jones, which I thought was really cool. This guy, more short hair, but you know what, the hockey mask and all that looks pretty cool. So let's actually see if this guy will actually surprise us and be a better Casey Jones than the ones that I grew up with back in the late 80s and early 90s with those Ninja Turtles. Tyler Perry is in this as Baxter Stockman. Now, but him playing Baxter Stockman, it just doesn't seem right to me. I don't know why, and I can't really put my finger on it because it's just a trailer right now, but maybe if they show more other trailers or when I see this movie next summer, maybe I'll be like, oh, okay, this is what I didn't like about him, and this, and this. No, they brought Shredder back, but he's actually human. He's not this, he's not the huge Tin Man or anything like that like he was in the first one. But I don't really want to talk about Shredder. I want to talk about the two humans becoming Rocksteady and Bebop, which I am so excited about seeing these two. People for the cartoons, people were looking for them back in the original with Secret of the Ooze, and that never happened. Well, we finally get another Ninja Turtles sequel, which at first you had the remake, and now you got the remake sequel, and boom, there they are. I actually like seeing movies like that where you see these humans that get turned into monsters, no matter if they become heroes or villains, it just always gets to me. And yes, they become CGI characters, but I really did like seeing the human parts of them talking to Shredder, and then all of a sudden, they show them very briefly like they're in some kind of glass case or anything, all of a sudden boom! Rocksteady's hand pulling up the glass and the glass starts breaking. Now, they actually show Rocksteady and Bebop and the Turtles in one scene. I thought was really good. You hear Mikey like, hey, you're bringing back the Mohawk, good for you. And you actually hear Bebop, he flips down his shades like, you got jokes. And Rocksteady and Bebop run towards the Turtles, pick them up, and slam them on the ground. So they pretty much kind of kick the Turtles' butts, at least for a quick little shot. They pick them up and slam them down. So I thought that looked really, really good. Now, the way this actually ended, a lot of people probably will complain about it. I actually thought it was very cool, which was actually Rocksteady in a tank coming out of the water, and there goes the Turtles kind of like flipping and jumping and all this, trying to get away. And all of a sudden you see the missile coming out, and you see Rocksteady just throw his fists up in the air, almost like, yeah, like one or two things like, yeah, victory, but it's like you didn't kill anybody, you didn't kill the Turtles, or yes, I'm just doing destruction. And I'm going to go with B more on that one, like, yeah, I'm just having a good time. And I really, really hope that this movie actually surprised me and does a lot better than the very first one. Even though the first one wasn't too bad, and maybe what I may do is what I done with Jurassic Park and Terminator. I may go back, rewatch the first one before this one comes out. I think it was like June, sometime in June. I can't remember the date on it. I think it even shows it on the trailer or anything. But then maybe if I want to do the week before, a couple days before or something like that, and I'll throw out my opinion about the first Turtles before I go see this one. But I really do hope it surprisingly ends up being a lot better, ends up being a cool sequel, or it could end up being as almost like, oh, it's a remake sequel and it's another bad one. Who knows? But thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, stay awesome.